Everybody, it's Gail from Gail's Bookish Things. Welcome back, and we're here to do another little July journaling joy crafty thing. So this is super simple, and I'm really going to try to keep it short. This is what you need. Get an envelope. So for example, here's an envelope. Just cut a corner. Get a ruler if you need it, or just do your best, because you'll still have your 90-degree angle, even if that edge is a little off. And then cover it with washi tape. I have two pretty washi tapes here from my friend Kim, and I decided to try covering these envelope corners to make a bookmark. This one I covered on both sides, and there's a couple different layers because I was not getting it exact, and then I snipped a little bit in my corner, so I just kind of layered it a couple times. But I think those purples are really pretty. And then I like this cute little, more subtle print, little design there. It's very quaint and kind of old-timey. I think that's beautiful. So this one is covered with both sides, like I said. This one I just did this side, and I left the back plain. And the reason I decided to try it like that was sometimes when I'm using a kind of bookmark that, well, really any bookmark. I mean, you stick something in here, say, and then you're like, okay, when you come back to it later, you don't remember, were you on this side of the page or were you on this side of the page? And then if you're like me, you might spend time rereading something you've already read, and then you're like, oh my gosh, I already read that, and I need to move on with the story. So I thought having this plain side would help me know that wherever, that one is a little bit big, I could actually cut it down for this book. Oh no, there it goes, I'm sorry. Don't even know what I'm talking about. Yep, that fits in there. Like I said, the right angle. So anyhow, when I put this here, then I know the printed side is the page I'm on. And if I leave off, somewhere down the road, just put it there. I think it's getting a little bit caught on this seam on the inside, is why it didn't fit. Oops, help to stay on screen. There we go. So then I know, okay, I'm here. Anyway, that is a super easy, basic thing. Anybody can figure this out, but it could be a fun little July, don't have anything to do day, or I have 10 minutes and I feel like creating something kind of activity. So I did want to kind of mix adding simpler things and maybe some that take a little more time, but you can't get any easier than that. And if you are a more careful person than I am and you measure things carefully and pay attention to what you're doing, you won't have to keep patching up your work. But that's just the way I am. It's like, do it now, figure it out later how I should have done it. I think these turned out fine though. They will work, and I'm going to start this book. This is just a little PS, but this is our next book club book. And I've heard it's really funny, really good, so I'm looking forward to trying that out. And I want to show you a couple things. The other day we talked about making an elastic band as a closure and adding buttons to a band. And Donna, you gave me the brainstorm thing of, oh my goodness, old buttons, even though you might not meant old. I have, like, let me just show you this jar of old buttons. This, I think, was my grandma's. I know I had buttons. My mom had a button jar. I think this might have come from my grandma's house, though. Not sure. It's been so many moons ago. But anyway, I have this. And then there's these that are more made from shell or bone. It's super cool. I should probably just do a video on this, but I'm going to show you now. And then in here, there's a couple that have metal on them. My sister-in-law was telling me you're not supposed to have the old metal-backed buttons with shell or bone because it causes them or the plastic to kind of decompose after a while. But anyway, so I separated those. But this is so cool to me. This is like an old button. And these these that are made from bone, carved from some kind of bone. And in there was a couple others that were my grandma's, these beautiful shell flowers. The openings on that are pretty small, so that may not go on an elastic from a TN, but I just thought they were neat glass ones. I've made bracelets out of old buttons before, and that was kind of fun. But if you have any suggestions on ideas to use old buttons, I'd appreciate it if you would comment below. And also, is there anybody that buys these? Like, would this be something to take to an antique shop? I have all these things, you know, and sometimes I'm like, do I want them to just stand on my shelf forever? Would they be better enjoyed by somebody who collects those kind of things? They have a little bit of nostalgic value for me, but, you know, I'd also be willing to consider sharing them with somebody who collects that and loves that or knows something more about that. So, got countless old buttons, and I just thought that this little bone one, it almost looks plasticky to me. I'm not sure if that one is bone. This one might be. But that's what I was told. These were bone. So anyway, I think that looks really fun on there. It's very simple, but it just adds a little unique touch, which was what this is all about. Just adding your touch to something to make it feel like it's yours. And you pick it up and you're like, ah, this is me. And the same with this. Pick out some washi or something, or you could cover it with scrapbook paper. Pick out something that resonates with you and that just makes you happy to use it. I love this little print, and I was going to just say, I think using washi might be a good idea because it's flatter and it won't bulk out your book, but you could use scrapbook paper, or you could fold scrapbook paper into a corner and have that for your little book corner bookmark. That's all. I'll stop rambling so we keep this short. See you next time.